I had to get a refrigerator recently. My garage refrigerator broke. Had to take it to the curb. The neighbor comes out. Aren't you going to take those doors off?
Why?
Well,
the fridge?
The children and animals can get trapped in
Are
there.
you kidding
and they
me?
can't get. That's not a thing.
Yeah.
This isn't the
It's
50s.
not a
lady.
thing. It's not a thing.
Only
Yeah.
the dumb ones.
They don't
Yeah.
latch anymore,
Yeah.
idiots.
No,
It's not
exactly.
like a-
It's not a thing.
Yeah.
There's no hinge.
All right. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Halloween.
let's go. Let's go.
Putting razor blades in Halloween candy.
Yes.
not a thing.
Or
Yes.
giving out meth.
That is
in
not
your
a thing.
Halloween. It's not
Who's
a thing.
giving away drugs to
Who's-
kids?
Nobody.
That was mine. That was
Exactly.
my
For
example.
free?
When I was a kid,
not a
Why didn't I
thing.
get one
don't
of
take.
those?
Yeah, where's this guy?
Yeah. Putting needles in a Hershey bar.
Yeah,
Come on.
nobody does that.
Let's podcast.
Let's podcast.
Episode 8, everybody. We're in it.
We got the
Here
clap.
we are.
That was
We're
time
gonna
to go.
Yes.
You got the clap or we got the clap?
We all got it. And Fernando's the fucking carrier.
Thanks, buddy. All right, let's go around and say hello to everybody. On who this weekend? We got this week, not weekend. We have it is the weekend. We have Ricky Coolbreeze Grassy.
What's up, fam?
What's up, dude?
Yeah, that's how I talk.
That's how you talk.
Yeah.
All right. Ricky, how many more cool points do you have than Mike?
Then Mike?
Especially today. I think you got a boost of probably 1,000, maybe.
Here's the thing. If you ask anybody that question, I'm clearly in the lead. But if you ask Mike, who's the main character of everything, he'd be like, I've got so many you can't even count them. Actually, I have precisely this many more.
The theme of this podcast is rip on Mike. 'Cause
Shit
he
on
fucking
Mike.
died again.
Yeah.
He can't stay alive, this guy.
No,
That's okay.
he actually might be dead.
We might be.
He might be.
It's possible.
Kevin, did you hide Mike's body somewhere?
It's in the woods.
Kevin's on the what question?
Stuck on a
this week?
bicycle.
Yeah. Good to see you, Kevin.
Good to be back.
to see
Glad to be here. I'm
Mike.
still not in jail.
You're dead. Mike died of syphilis.
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 Syphilis. I have a list here of who also, he's in good company. He died with Al Capone, had syphilis.
Yep.
Oscar Wilde.
Didn't know that.
Henry de Toulouse-Lautrec.
That guy
Anyone?
was a whore. Of course, that guy.
Who was that guy?
Who's that?
So he's an artist that
Yeah, he is. Of course
he's
he
like
is.
the Moulin Rouge, like you seen Moulin Rouge,
Oh, yeah.
all that art.
Yeah.
He's the artist for that, and apparently he had a disease called pycnodysostiosis, which is something with your legs. He broke both of his legs, so he's a very, very short man, which derived him, I think, to alcoholism. He was an alcoholic, and you know when you're a short alcoholic, women don't want to fuck you. So he paid a bunch of prostitutes and got syphilis from the
syphilis.
prostitute and died.
That sucks.
Wow. Glad I'm
And he
tall.
created Moulin Rouge.
And he played Moulin Rouge in the meantime.
And I'm
Syphilis has
5'6", so I,
Yeah.
you know,
Kevin doesn't know anything about that.
I got going.
Okay, Kevin.
Syphilis is
That's
crazy.
what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen people who have saddle nose from syphilis?
No.
Have you seen that?
No.
So it literally starts eating the cartilage in your nose to the point where it collapses and your
Oh.
fucking nose falls off.
Huh.
Yeah, it's awful.
Well, Mike's dead. Next to Mike, we have the. You're on where this week, aren't you, Roger? Where? Who? What? Where?
Yeah, where?
All right. How'd you do this week? Pretty good.
Say it again.
On your question, how'd you do?
Oh, it's
He
pretty
crushed
good.
it.
It's easy. Yeah.
As usual.
I shouldn't ask that question, Roger.
He's
Of
an
course,
expert.
of course,
Yeah.
Roger.
When it comes to
Roger
moving
crushed it.
naturally.
Yep. Roger, did you know that the banding on a watermelon is specifically related to its sweetness?
No, had no idea.
I learned that from Red Dog this week.
The banding?
Yes. Justin, explain what
right?
you were telling to me.
Pattern.
Yeah.
So the pattern on a watermelon, if you see them and it has like very similar pattern all the way around, it's probably most likely grown in a hydroponic state versus if it's grown in the wild, you will see it having a odd pattern to it. It will have mismatched, it won't
You were
be
talking
all-
about like the callus on a watermelon. You have to look for that because
Like the white spot.
that way you know it was actual like organically grown watermelon. Is that right?
That is correct.
We gotta get a black guy on this podcast.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Are you kidding me?
We have a
Talking
Colombian
about
already
Yeah,
Experts.
expert on water.
and an Asian. Maybe an
Yeah,
Asian to do
so-
the sign language so the deaf people can See,
On watermelon, I was
we'll
always
check all the boxes.
always
That's
taught to look
interesting.
for the webbing.
The webbing.
Webbing.
Yeah.
That's where like bees had tried to
Fuck.
get the
Get in
sugar
it?
out of the watermelon or something, and it made the watermelon
Webbing,
sick.
really?
Webbing, yeah.
Okay.
I love watermelon.
I like
Yeah, so do
watermelon
I.
too.
Love it.
And
Me
fried
too.
chicken.
Hot outside, I want
all
some
water.
watermelon. You know,
Yeah.
100 degrees out.
Summertime. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Next to RMFJ on the how question, we got Brad at OG Champ Keepers. What's up,
What's up,
Brad?
y'all?
Welcome back to
good
what
to
are we?
be-
Episode 8 now.
Is this 8?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. 8.
Lucky number 8.
Sounds right.
Producer, episode 8.
Episode 8. Yes.
This is
Okay,
it.
thank you, sir.
Episode
Yeah.
8.
All right, it's gonna
we
start
go.
being hard to keep track of these, like around 9.
I can only count the 10, so.
Guys,
Okay.
before we get started, I did bring something with me.
Okay.
Nice.
A dryer sheet
A dryer sheet. Nice.
Yes. You always carry a dryer sheet.
in my pocket, just to let you know I'm wearing clean clothes.
Clean clothes.
I have heard that that is the secret to keeping no-seams away from you.
Is that it?
Is you carry one of those around in your pocket,
Huh.
and they don't bother you.
Well, this was by accident. I didn't
I don't know,
realize
I've never
till I
tried
was
it.
in the car.
You guys never heard that?
No.
That kind of relates to my story today.
Fantastic.
I keep
Weird.
putting
Or
mothballs
my
in
beef, one of the
clothes,
two.
Mothballs? You don't want to do that, Ricky. You don't want to smell like an old man.
Oh.
Finally, we got Justin Red Dog McKnight working on his puzzle diligently.
What's up, Justin?
What's up, bro?
Yeah.
What's up? There's a little bit delay of your speech.
That's
I think.
okay.
That's okay, because you're delayed anyways. Talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, here we go again.
This is going to be good.
Let's get into the story.
Fantastic.
Okay, awesome.
It wouldn't be a podcast
Yeah.
if Justin's audio
Yeah.
wasn't fucked up.
Right.
All right, my story. I actually changed it up a little bit because I was telling this story last night at dinner, and it's about my grandfather. You guys know that I'm into the conspiracy theory shit.
You are?
And about Freemasons and secret societies, that interests me greatly. And all my life, I didn't know very much about my grandfather on my dad's side. He never hardly talk about him. Like, I know he likes to go fishing. They caught bass when my dad was a kid, and they'd go fishing. And he grew very large tomatoes. Those are the two things I know about my grandfather. Well, he died a while back, and we went up to his house, clean out his house, and all get his belongings in order. And I'm going through his stuff, and he's got all this Freemason shit. Like, he's got all this fucking regalia, like you dress up in, and all these like little badges and buttons and things, and pictures of him on a fantail. I'm sure Kevin can tell us what a fantail is. He
Back
was
of the boat?
He was a commander on one of these big boats.
Nice.
In the Navy, and he's got like this pin that says 32. It's got the double-headed eagle, the Freemasonic double-headed eagle, and it says 32. And so I'm figuring out like 32-degree Freemason is fucking really
32nd,
high
yeah.
up there. Like to be 33, you got to be like a president or like a general or something like that to get to 33. And so I'm like, all this fucking time, like my dad knows I'm into this shit. He could have said, "Hey, did you know grandfather is a Freemason and he used to do this, he used to do that, and this was weird, and maybe that." Nothing, no
Great.
fucking stories.
Thanks,
So
Dad.
my story is an anti-story of no stories about my grandfather.
story.
You've been deprived this
I
whole time.
have.
You've been
You
missing
think
out.
your grandfather was like, yo, you can't tell nobody.
Yeah. Don't
That's
ever
what I
tell
is
wanted to
top
know.
secret.
Like,
This is some
did he
secret
sit
stuff.
the kids
Right.
down one time?
I don't know.
I just go to like they would tell me, yeah, he'd go to the lodge, and I don't want to take anything away from Freemasons. Don't kill me. Don't tell me, like, no, you're wrong. They're like this, but for the most part, they're good people. Like the people that go to your the Blue Lodge Freemasons, like my grandfather and those
Right.
guys drinking beer. It's just a club they hang out with. They do a lot of charity work. They do a lot of good things. But you start learning about these guys, and the deeper you go, the more weird fucking shit that goes on. But would have been nice to know about Grandpa James McKnight. But thanks, Dad.
Rip
Tell
James.
us now.
So
Wow.
there's Freemasons.
Yes,
They're free.
They're free and accepted Masons.
So they're slave Masons.
Yes, Brad. There could be slave Masons. These are the Masons we make do all this shit. The free ones
these are
tell
the
the
free
slave
ones.
Masons what to do. Yes, thank you.
Interesting.
All right, so Ricky, what's your story?
I've been trying to get my fucking haircut for the past 2 weeks, and it's just not working out, dude. I don't know
I
what
got
it
today.
like. So I go to this guy up in Jacksonville, and he's really good, right? Like he does a great job, but he's a pain in the ass because he'll text me like the day before, and he'll be like, "Can we move your appointment? Like something came up," or like, so this last time he texts me, my appointment is supposed to be yesterday, 5:45. He texts me the night before, and he's like,
late in the day.
he's like, "Can you actually come in at 5? I'm trying
Yeah.
to get out of here early." And I'm like, "Sure, man, no problem." I show up at 5 yesterday. I walk in the door, and he goes, I got 2 people ahead of you. Why don't you go grab dinner
Oh.
and then come back? This is not the first time this has happened, by the way.
He doesn't know what an appointment is.
He's done this to me
apparently.
a couple times.
Yeah.
And I just want, I gave him one of those.
Yeah.
And he went, no, like, I'll take care of you, man. I'll take care of you, like, free haircut, whatever. And I just went, why do you got to be such a cunt? In front of everybody
This
in
is
the
why
barbershop.
we have appointments.
And there's like, the chairs are full. There's somebody in every chair. And at this point, everybody's looking at me. And I'm like, I don't get what's so fucking hard about keeping an appointment time. And this goes into the what really grinds my gears segment.
beef?
The beef.
Yeah.
I made an appointment. Like,
That's why you do this.
that's why we have appointments. This is not a new concept to you. What don't you understand?
Yeah.
Right.
And at this point, like, my face is getting red
Yeah.
and I'm hot. So I walk out. This dude follows me outside, like trying to
Wow.
make it right.
Oh.
You know?
Oh, okay.
But I'm like, at this point, I'm just not having it.
You're
and
not
like,
my barber
like,
anymore.
I'm looking to get in a fight with this guy. So I'm just
Breaking
like,
up with him.
I'm just like, dude, we're done.
Yeah.
Like, don't text me. I don't want to hear about it. Da-da-da-da.
Man.
So I left him a bad review on Yelp.
He does a
damn.
great job.
You
That's a
know?
shame.
Yeah, he does a really good job.
does a nice
when I
job.
come
Yeah.
in to work and I'm fresh,
Everybody's always
everybody's
like, oh,
like,
you're
damn,
looking fresh.
dude.
We could have
He
sent
just
like
can't.
the 140 people that have seen this to him. We could have had.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Exactly.
annoying.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I had to find a new place. So I like
That always sucks.
scoured the
Man.
internet. You know, so I found a place that's close. So I have an appointment. I'm gonna try and go Wednesday.
We'll see how it turns
Hopefully do
out
it
next
right.
week.
Yeah,
We'll give you an honest opinion.
yeah. Give it to me straight. You know,
Yeah.
tell me how it's looking.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Part of me hopes
I got a
just
mental
have-
image. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Anyway.
Thanks, Ricky.
Yeah.
Kevin, what is your story?
Well, I've got a military story.
Awesome.
So I was on my second ship out of Mayport, and if you know anything about ships, just like anything else, they have different departments.
I know they float.
They float, and they have different departments. So we all work together when we get underway. But in port, there's a whole lot of differences that go on. And so I was part of the engineering department.
Okay.
And there's another group called combat systems, and these are guys that sit up in the upper parts of the ship, watching consoles all night, pushing buttons, sitting in the AC, things like that. Well, in port, I had a problem with one of these kids. His last name is Fontan.
Fontan.
And I don't know where it came from. I don't know why it started, but we always butted heads. I outranked him. I was kind of in charge of the engineering department for our duty section.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where it came from. I don't know. But I even asked one of his guys one day, what is this fucking kid's problem? And I'm like, I don't know. Nobody really likes him. And he's one of these guys that say, well, it doesn't matter because I'm going to be a Navy SEAL.
Okay.
And so
He's
I was
got
like,
an attitude.
oh, all right, whatever. If I had a nickel for every time I'd heard that from a guy in the Navy, I could have bought my house with cash.
Yeah.
You know, none of these guys make it. It's a tough.
It's extremely difficult.
It's one of the toughest boot camp things to go through. It's called BUDS.
Yes.
It's 6 months long. There's 3 different phases. There's Hell Week in the middle of it.
Yeah, that's
it's difficult. And
heard
at the
about.
end of it, you're still not a SEAL. You've still got more schooling to go to, and then you get put into a SEAL company, and they get to train you. So it's like 2 years before you get your trident.
Of all
And
training, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. It's long. The only one that might be a little bit tougher in the U.S. is the Air Force pararescue men,
Really?
because those guys are crazy. They're medics, and they jump out of planes
How
to
do
go
the snipers stack up?
I think there's a big attrition rate in the sniper school,
Yeah.
but it's still one of those things that you got to go through.
Okay.
Everybody in the Marine Corps and the Army are riflemen anyway. That's their main
gotcha.
job. So years go by. I haven't thought about this kid in forever. I didn't think anything of him until I'm reading this book. And there was this thing called Operation Red Wings. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It was about these 4 or 5 guys, Navy SEALs, go into the mountains of Kandahar or Afghanistan to set up an observation post. They come under fire. The lead guy, his name's Michael Murphy, has got to expose himself to gunfire in order to be able to make a phone call to base, because he's got a sat phone, but it doesn't work in the hills.
Okay.
So he has to expose himself to enemy fire, make this phone call to get what's called a QRF to come out and rescue them.
Okay.
So he actually gets killed by getting shot, but he receives the Medal of Honor for his gallantry of doing this. And so they send this QRF helicopter out, and it gets shot down. Every single person on the helicopter
bitch.
dies.
Damn.
Years later, they make a movie out of Operation Red Wings, called Lone Survivor with Mark Wahlberg playing Marcus Luttrell.
I've seen
Okay.
that.
Oh,
I've seen that.
Yeah, this kid Jacques Fantin was on that helicopter,
Son of a bitch.
and so I don't feel bad about saying what I say.
Yeah.
When I say he was a punk kid, I mean he was a
You're
punk
just
kid.
calling it how you see it.
What I saw, but I understand that he got where he wanted to be. I respect him for holding on to what he was.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he died, but he probably died doing what he loved to do.
Right.
So, you know, it's just a way that you can see something different from somebody else.
Sure.
Wow.
Look through somebody
True
else's
story.
eyes every
Crazy.
now and then.
Yeah, true story.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Saw his name in the book.
Mike, what'd you die of? Syphilis? All right, cool.
I think he was Operation Red Wing.
Right, he was on the helicopter
could-
too?
No. From the syphilis. Never mind.
Go for it.
I was trying to take you guys there. You won't go there. It's
I'm
all
ready.
right. No.
I'm ready to go, bud.
All right.
Roger, tell us your story.
I told it earlier about the crown. I thought that was.
That's your story?
Yeah,
That's gonna
I mean,
qualify?
yeah.
Okay.
That sucks, dude.
I know.
That's painful stuff.
It's the pain in the ass of it too.
you
Because
think-
now my bite is different.
You think there's weird people that like going to the dentist?
I hope not.
Yeah,
You
there
know?
are.
I
So
love it.
is your crown still on?
Do you?
Yeah, but only
I'll
because
give a
it's
plug
wedged
right now.
between the two teeth.
Gotcha.
You what?
The place I go,
Yeah.
it's all hot chicks. There's
So
not-
that's why you
there's
like
not
going.
one.
You'll put up with the pain for that?
Wait, where is it?
It's called Seabreeze Dental, located in St. Augustine, Florida.
Really?
Dude, that used
Oh,
to,
yeah.
That used to be my dentist.
So do you go to Dr. Socks?
No,
Jeez.
so
Is she smoking?
Can you get 5 questions from her for next week?
Oh, I don't go. I mean, I'm not due till late November.
Dude.
That's a no. That's a no.
He knows exactly when his next dental appointment is. He's like,
Yeah, it's at 3:15.
My buddy's wife works there, who's also
Who's
hot.
also super hot.
Yeah,
God damn it.
and all the other ones there are as well.
Roger, I think you got a better story somewhere than the crown one.
I think.
let me think.
Brad, tell us your story. Roger's going to come up with a better one.
Okay, I can think of some IMSA stories.
Go.
Creepiest dead body I found or
Yes.
walked up on.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
As a child?
That's a good one.
As a child?
No, it's a EMS.
Oh, I was like, you. I think there was a movie about that.
Willow Cliff Apartments, Oklahoma City. Get a call, trouble unknown, or check the welfare or something. There was a bus driver that would pick this lady up and take her to work or whatever, and the bus driver hadn't seen her in 3 or 4 days. So he calls 911. We come out, and a police officer had already been in. And as she was coming out, we were going in, and she was freaked out. You could just see the terror on her face. She was like, oh, my God, you guys go in there fast. So Parton and I go in there, and this lady had, I don't know if she died of a stroke, a heart attack, whatever. She was naked, getting out of her shower, and however whatever ailment caused her to fall, she had her arm hooked in the shower door and was just hanging there by her arm.
Like one of those rails for the sliding glass, like in the, man.
Wow.
And it had been 3 or 4 days, I don't know.
So
And
spooky.
and she had these little Yorkie dogs that were yipping, and there was shit everywhere. But her eyes were black, and her skin was starting that, kind of multi. It was creepy. It was
Like
like
horror movie,
Yeah, like
spook fest.
wow.
That is creepy.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
creepy.
I knew you had a better story
Damn,
than the
Raj.
crown story.
Yeah, that was.
Dude, I got a million IMSA stories. I can keep.
Oh, I'm sure.
Keep them on file.
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
man.
We could do it, a weekly.
All right.
Yeah.
weekly Roger
A
Morbid story.
Roger
Dead body
round.
report?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bring in the newspaper clippings I have.
Oh,
Oh, great.
wow.
Nice. Yeah, good idea. Brad, what's your story?
Interesting. So I'm probably in my late teens. Been dating this girl for a while. Been putting in the work. That night we had planned to have a meal together with her family, and so I'm like, all right, if I'm meeting the parents, then it's happening soon.
Okay.
It's happening.
The payoff is coming.
So I go to the pharmacy. I start looking at the condoms, right, and I'm like, dude, there's.
I'll take the Magnum, sir.
Yes. do you have the extra large magnums?
There's magnums. There's the super thin. There's lambskin. There's extra lubed, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I asked the pharmacist, and I'm like,
Nice.
yo, man, like, this is the deal. I need something, and he goes, he picks out the pack. He goes, these are just regular condoms, man. We'll go with these.
Yeah.
And, he kind of gives me a wink and says, good luck, kid. Sends me on the way. And so I get over to her parents' house, and we immediately sit down for dinner. And
Did 5 condoms fall out or something?
and I immediately, I say grace, and I'm praying, and I'm praying, and I'm getting really long-winded at this point, and I continue to pray, and I eventually finish, and my girlfriend leans over and she goes, "What was that about? That was super weird." And I go, "Well, I didn't know your dad was a pharmacist."
Oh no! The whole time he's looking at you like
mother.
you, the balls on this guy. You should have got the Magnum, son. I was like,
True story?
Nah, man, I set y'all up. That's
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Wah, wah, wah.
He's just sitting there angrily eating his steak.
Yeah,
I'm looking at
It's
you.
like contemplating how am I going to murder this kid and get away with it. Like,
I have a piggyback off the hot dentist though,
There we go.
okay.
if I may. Do you like? I'd get embarrassed if I had like bad teeth. If I had like a really hot dentist, I'd be
Oh
like,
boy.
I don't want to disappoint you because there's a chance that you might want to fuck me someday. Like I know it's never gonna happen.
And I don't want to scare you off
yeah,
at all.
Like, dude, I'd make my teeth would be perfect. That's what it is. I just have this like middle-aged dude. I need a hot woman dentist.
Keep you honest.
For
you honest.
inspiration
Like,
to
I
keep
got
your
a
teeth.
floss.
Yeah.
tonight.
Like when you
Eminem.
were in like grade school and you play basketball and the hot
Yeah.
girls were watching it and you were like
Yeah.
that much better at
You
basketball.
try
Yeah.
really
Oh,
hard.
yeah.
That's what I need to keep me honest.
The
is
power
some
of the
hot
hottie.
fucking
You definitely
dentist.
keep your appointments that way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, no, no. I
You
can't
know
move
when they
this.
are by memory.
Yeah.
Sure.
I had a
November
hot
24th at 4.
when I was in high school.
How long you been going there?
I've actually been.
I'll ask questions. How long have you been going?
I've
there?
only been there twice, so I went for my initial cleaning.
Okay.
I did have
Got
a
it.
filling.
Yep, that's all I
So I
need.
had to go back for a filling,
Yeah.
and
All right.
Nice.
Teeth talk.
yeah.
When I was in high school, I broke my leg, and I had a really hot like nurse, I guess, who'd come into my room, and I couldn't walk because I broke my right leg and I broke my left foot.
Oh.
Oh.
So like I relied on her to like do everything. Like she'd help me like pick me up and like
yeah.
spin me over and like all this stuff. But she'd give me sponge baths. And you know like when you get out of pool and you
Is this
have
in
like
penthouse form?
yeah.
Yeah, I read this story.
And you have like you have pool dick and it's like cold and like kind of shrivelly and it's like blue around the edge, you know. But what's worse than pool dick is like I'm sick dick.
Yeah.
Which is like
we've
an-
discussed this. Yeah.
it's another level
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
like small dick. And
Nothing you can do
fucking
about it.
every time, dude. Like it was just like I looked like a toddler sitting there with this like smoking hot chick being like, "Wash yourself between your legs," and I'd be like, "Okay."
She's like giggling, like,
Yeah. I just like pictured her going home to her boyfriend. Like this dude has the smallest dick I've
it
ever
was like
seen.
you seem like. Oh man,
Mortifying.
Pool.
Mortifying.
Justin, what is your story? Our special guest.
So,
Yep.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in the store, Publix,
Yeah. Shopping, I assume.
shopping. Yes, shopping.
So funny.
Not for children.
No.
Shopping.
Grocery shopping.
Let me be specific. I'm in the cheese area, the dairy section, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
you would.
And I'm getting cream cheese. And there's a gentleman next to me looking at cream cheese. And this motherfucker is cussing out this fucking cream cheese. I mean, he's looking at the back of the nutritional shit like, you motherfucker, 120 fucking calories. Fuck.
He was
I'm
pissed
like,
at the cream cheese.
yeah, it's cream cheese, dude. So I'm like,
Must
I'm
not have
like
been
sitting there.
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I go up to pay, and this guy is coming through like lanes, and he's like, and he's like, and he's just like losing his shit on cream cheese.
Nobody was with
My-
him. He was just by himself, pissed off,
Just pissed off. I mean, veins like bulging out of his
ready
neck.
to pop. Wow. Justin, can you please display your pants for us again? I
Yeah, we
keep
need a
saying
pant-
this.
yeah.
I don't like this, but I do. What is this? Like a tie-dye,
Tie-dye, cool.
Wow.
cool colors? I like those actually.
Those are good.
Those are cool.
Yeah.
Was that the end of the cream cheese story?
I'll ask questions. Was that the end of the cream cheese story?
Yeah, he's just nuts.
He was just mad. He's
okay.
just swearing
All right.
at cream
Yeah.
cheese.
I think it was a homeless guy just like real mad at the
Yeah.
cream cheese.
Was he a
Yeah,
homeless
so-
guy? Was he? What did he look like?
Did he buy any
How
cream
old was
cheese?
he? Give us a description of this man.
I'm guessing he was probably. Oh, dude, mid 40s,
Build. What's this build?
ponytail, mullet.
Mullet. Come on,
Yeah.
dude. Nobody has a mullet.
Lots of
Dude,
people
I mean,
have mullets.
I
It's
love
coming back?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
You ever been into like a hipster coffee shop lately?
No, I don't
Oh my
know
god.
what that is.
We're not that cool, Rick.
Okay.
Ricky, I'm not cool.
Okay.
We're not cool breeze, man.
You're not cool breeze?
No, I'm a motherfucker, and Bryce is a Brizzle.
Yeah, I'm fucking Brizzle, whatever the hell that is.
If you guys ever want to overpay for coffee, go to
Okay.
like your local no-name coffee joint. Everybody in there, even the chicks have mullets.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll check this
Like
out. then.
knit sweaters and all sorts of weird shit. I don't understand kids these days.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg is responsible indirectly for naming me Brizzle.
Really?
Because Justin and my cousin started calling me Brizzle. And you know, he goes, fascism, and Snoop
Brizzle.
Dogg
Oh,
started
okay.
that.
Brizzle.
He did.
Yeah.
And so they always call me Brizzle because of Bryce.
Brizzle.
Got it.
And
Makes
that-
sense.
That's why I'm Brizzle.
All right.
Thanks.
Makes
Snoop.
sense.
Gotcha.
Let's go into physicians want to know.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
This will be great.
This week we have Dr. H's question, Hoogie's questions, and we're going to do these rapid fire. When,
Okay,
you,
let's
when
go.
you know them,
Just-
call them out.
Oh,
Boom.
call it out.
All right? Question 1. I bet you guys will probably be able to guess what kind of doctor she is after these questions. Number 1. What is a normal bowel frequency? How often do you go?
At least daily.
Yeah, once a day.
Once a day?
Yeah.
Once a day. Justin? Three
Three.
times a day?
One
You,
to
you
times a
should
day.
see. You should see Dr. H.
1 to 2.
1 to 2.
24. You get 1 an hour.
1 an hour.
an hour. Damn.
Fernando.
Yeah, what do you think?
Twice a day.
Okay, man.
Twice.
That's the answer, Dr. H. Next question. Where does going around the clock come from? Where did that originate? I go around the clock. You know, you ever
Where
heard
does it
that?
come from?
Like I pee around the clock. Yeah, where did that come
Where
Oh,
did
from?
like all day
term
long
come
kind
from?
of thing?
Yeah, I go around the clock, man. I got
I've never
right
heard that.
now.
Holland?
Clock.
Holland, that's the answer. Next question.
Oh, all right.
Why do women state that when they bloat, they say they feel like they're 9 months pregnant? Not 4 months, not 6 months, not 8 months and a half. Why do they say, I feel like I'm 9 months pregnant?
Because they've always got to fucking complain about everything.
They're
all the
always
time.
nuts.
Dr. H, they always have to complain
Yeah.
about everything.
You know?
Because they're
question.
fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Next question.
We're rapid fire.
Consistently.
This one I bet Justin will answer. Which foods make you a fartrilliquist?
Cream,
How
cream
did you-
cheese.
Cream cheese?
Cabbage.
Screamed at.
Oh, cabbage. Good
Cabbage
answer.
is a good
Yeah,
answer. And
that's an
sounds-
expert
cabbage
answer.
mixed
Right.
with screamed at cream cheese.
Which smells the same before
Wow.
you eat it, too.
There you go, Dr. H. Expert answers. Here we go. Last one. What is the difference between internal and external hemorrhoids? How are they defined?
Ew.
I don't know.
So,
One's your brother, the other's just a
so
in-law.
there's a line.
One's your butthole, one's your muscle in your
I
stomach.
like the in-law.
Okay, I'm just taking those answers.
know.
Those are not correct, but
Wait,
I'll
but
take
do
it.
we
Those are
have...
not-
Do you want the real
answers
answer?
for
I
those?
know the answer. There's something called the dentate line, and that differentiates the mucosal membrane between your rectum and
You know what? I think I've had Renee's dentate line, and it didn't take right.
It didn't say right. That's right. Hey, Darla, what's my
It's a
dentate line?
dentate
Got
line.
him.
Okay, good
All
job,
right.
everybody. Let's get into questions.
Sorry, Renee.
So that's our physicians want to know round. Very
wish-
good.
she
There you
wishes
go,
I had.
Dr.
Wow.
H.
I was 19.
If you got
Dentate
colon
line.
problems,
and
see
I was
Dr.
at
H.
a
St. Augustine,
concert
Florida.
at the Landing up in Jacksonville, and I was there with some friends, and this like older lady, which I like by the way,
I
was
do too.
flirting with me, and we end up going home together. Right? She takes me. She was cruising for sure, so I end up and I'm going home with her, and I'm 19. I'm way out of my depth with this woman for sure.
You're 3 years post your hand job story with
Yeah.
the lady at the restaurant.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And anyway, we're getting down to business, and we're doggy style, and I look down, big old hemorrhoid, big old,
It just got popped out all of a sudden?
nasty, and like I just remember going, "What the fuck is that thing?" Like
Well, it's clearly past
she
the
okay?
dentate line.
clearly past the
Clearly past the
dentate,
dentate.
clearly past the dentate.
Maybe
line.
it was a prolapsed rectum rather than a hemorrhoid.
Yes.
Fernando, you're a doctor.
Man, yeah.
When it
Can you
comes-
come up with 5 questions for our show,
when it comes
please?
to anuses, I'm the man.
Right
Old
on.
anus master.
Anus.
over there.
All right, producer Fernando. 10
Damn.
points, man. I'm giving you 10
Right
for
on.
that.
Yeah, that was a win.
Anyway, that was my first like experience in the wild with a hemorrhoid.
wild.
And I was
In the
like-
wild, in the rough.
I just remember going, ooh. Ooh.
I'm not touching that.
No.
No.
I'm not,
I got to get
I'm not-
out of here.
I'm not doing
I
that.
don't want to see her ever again.
I'm not doing that.
All right, let's go into our questions round. This is why we're here. Ricky, you're up on the who question this week?
Yeah, I got who.
Who? Cool. Justin, I'm going to ask you Ricky's question first. You ready? Too bad. Who did you take to the prom?
Trick question.
Justin,
Lindsay
did-
Mary.
Lindsay Mary?
Lindsay Mary. Yep.
Is there anything you'd like to say about Lindsay Mary?
Oh.
How'd it go?
Lots of-
How was that prom date?
Oh, goodness. We're going to go 20 years ago. No, 22
No, I said
years.
how.
Oh, how? was
Yeah, how'd it go? How'd that date go?
Wonderful. It was great.
You guys
Got
had a
head
good
in the
time?
parking lot.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Before or after the dance?
Both.
Dude, come on.
Lie.
Nobody here
Both.
believes that.
Yeah.
But-
Wow. Oh.
Yeah, we were already kind of dating for a while and stuff. She was like
Oh.
a giver.
Guaranteed.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Ricky, who'd you take to
Nice.
the prom?
I took this girl named Taylor to the prom. Not
Whoa.
that, no. And she was a year below me, so I was a senior and she was a junior.
You were the elder.
I was the elder, and I was like recently single. I had dated this girl like my whole sophomore and junior year, and then we broke up like in the summer going into my senior
Okay.
year, right? So single all senior year. I needed somebody to go with. I didn't really care
Yeah.
who, like I just wanted to go. And the school like really took care of us. They like had these trolleys for us that took us to like this very nice venue that
Nice.
was right on the water. There's like this big buffet, lots of music. It was really cool. And then after that, the like student council set up for us to go to like, it was like a youth center in town, and they would throw like parties, and there was a big dance floor and like a DJ booth and all that stuff. And they had it themed as like Casino Royale, like James Bond
Sweet.
Very cool.
was a theme, and
Cool.
it was really really cool. So that this girl that I went with drank so much that she ends up getting sick, and I was not a good person, and I didn't want to deal with that. So I was
Whoa.
just like, fucking figure it out, man. Like, see ya. So I start hooking up with this other chick.
You
don't
took
blame
two
me.
people to the prom.
No, she was there.
Okay.
And like, I guess her date flaked or like didn't go to the second part of the night. And I just remember there was an Aerosmith cover band playing. And me and this chick are on the couch. And I'm just like, I just want to touch a boobie. That's all I want to do is like touch a boobie. I was just like hyper fixated on that. And I went for it, and I'm grabbing her boobie, and right as I grab her boobie, the singer of the Aerosmith cover band is walking
Steven
by
Tyler?
to go out to smoke a cigarette. And he's just going, "What are you, 12? You shouldn't be fucking doing that." And
Nice.
the girl went, "Yeah, you're right." And she fucking left.
Oh,
And I was like,
fucking fake Steven Tyler.
I got cock blocked by the fake Steven Tyler
Dude.
cover band lead singer.
Ah, what an
I was
ass.
pissed. I was
he
like,
not
Not
go to
cool,
prom?
man.
I was like, you're in a band, you get it.
Yeah,
You
at
know?
a prom.
At a
You know what goes
teen
on
prom.
here.
So I was super pissed.
Wow.
Damn.
My night didn't work out.
Sorry about that, Ricky.
I ended up playing video games in my basement after that.
I didn't like my
okay.
prom either. I won't get
No.
into it, but
It wasn't good.
It was awful.
I just didn't care that much.
I didn't either.
You know,
Like they had these like little bags with the candles in it around this pool, and then it was at the pool house. The dancing was good. It was nice.
Yeah.
But we like set all those bags on fire and
Yeah, of course.
smoked cigarettes all the time. Got drunk.
That I wasn't even going to go to mine.
No?
I kind of got talked
Damn.
into it.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Did it work out?
No.
No.
I guess I'm in the minority. I had the best time of my life.
Did
Oh,
you? You had a
wow.
good time?
Where'd you
Yeah.
go to prom?
It was at the Hyatt down in downtown Jacksonville.
Okay,
Ooh.
nice.
Nice.
Sweet.
It's great.
All right, Justin, your next question's the what question? Kevin handled that one this week diligently.
See.
The question is, what is your superpower?
Ah,
It's a good one. Fun. Fartreloquist.
Fartrollicosm.
no. Why would I do that?
I speak out my asshole all the time. That's what-
My superpower is
That's a tough question.
Uh-huh.
Kevin, what's your superpower? Dead air, buddy. Dead air.
Right. No, it's very, very thought provoking. And I mean, look at me. Do
You
I
couldn't
look
come
like
up
I
with-
have a superpower?
Yes,
I
Kevin.
mean, 5
sock
foot
shoe,
6.
sock shoe.
Sock, no.
Sock shoe, sock
Oh
shoe.
shit.
Well,
Sock shoe.
I think my superpower is a little bit more of kind of an insightful thing that I can see things that
The power
maybe,
of perception.
Maybe. Like, I mean, I'm going to use you guys as an example.
All right.
Like, Brizzle, you've got this horrible, innate, terrible ability to just not give a fuck.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, you walk into work, you could be stuck with the worst freaking day. You're like, all right, whatever.
I've never met anybody who cares less.
I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, everybody. I really do care about surgery and the patients,
I think
disclosure.
I wish I had that ability because when I walk into work and I'm like, God damn, MF again. Or,
I just
Cool
know.
breeze.
I just know I can get through it.
yeah,
Like,
it's good. It's like, I don't think you know how to get mad. Whenever I see you, it's like,
I've never
it's going
seen
to be
Ricky
okay.
mad at all either.
It's going to be a good day.
I've only seen him mad once.
Have you?
Yeah.
I mean, just by, being around you, you're always very positive, always upbeat, always able to just, we're going to get through it. It's going
I
to be a good
save
day.
it.
Yeah.
You know,
So we don't see it.
it comes out in certain.
Yeah.
certain
Yeah, he
moments.
kills a small
That's
animal
cool.
once a week.
Is he? Bicyclist.
Drowns a mouse or something in a bucket.
Right? And RMFJ, you get pissed off. But,
Motherfucker get mad.
he does.
No.
But the funny thing about it, what I see is that you can make a quick joke about it and say, all right, fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah.
And just move on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And OG, I have never seen anybody that's been able to keep everything in your head like you do. I mean, from football to baseball to, hey, Brad, where's this? And he can go find it. And to some of the stuff that you've talked about on this podcast, I'm like, man, that guy, his brain's got to be 4 times bigger than anybody else's in the room.
Steel trap.
'Cause
Yeah.
he's got a mind that holds everything. And I'm like, dude, I can't remember what I had for fucking breakfast.
No kidding.
And what rep brings what instrument at, I'm like, and for what surgery? And I'm like, I don't.
What time his dental date is
Yeah.
in the future?
With the hot dentist.
It's all selective, but thanks, man. That was really nice.
I mean,
Yeah.
And then Red Dog, I don't know you. I've only met you the one time, but to me, you've got this ability to just make everything funny.
He does
You know?
have a,
I mean, he's
way
got
about
a
him.
great sense of humor. You got a big heart. You got a great family.
He's a good dude.
Love you, man. Wish you could be
Love,
down
bro.
here.
This is so positive.
Kevin's
So-
superpower is the power of positivity.
Look
I
at
feel
that.
so good right now. You guys feel better? Like
I
A little
do.
bit.
Kevin, 1,000 points to you, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you win.
And I would, ride the guy off the bicycle with a smile on my face.
Yeah.
You'd kill him happily.
And our production crew, I don't know you guys, but especially the man of the hour, you're hilarious. And none of this, I couldn't do this. You guys are,
They do a great job.
Yeah.
great family. I'm so glad I've gotten to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You look
Great
like you
to
wear
be
a
around you.
kimono at home, do you?
A kimono?
Yeah. Or like
and
a.
burn
Are you a
incense.
bathrobe guy? You like the bathrobe? No?
No.
Okay. I don't know why. I picture you in something flowy.
He's graceful. He's
Maybe
very
it's the Tai Chi.
Yeah, maybe we should get him a robe
We should.
for sure.
We'll hook
I
you
wear
up to
a show,
something.
an IATQ
kimono
like
robe.
smoking jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great job.
That'd be
That's a
cool.
great idea.
Yeah.
All right. Let's write that down. IATQ
Damn,
smoking jacket.
Kevin didn't
for
list his
producer.
superpower.
Yeah.
He named everyone
I
else's
don't-
superpower. Is that
So
your
he
power?
said
That's his
perception.
superpower.
It's insightfulness. of
Yeah.
seeing that
Yeah.
everybody.
Perception,
Yeah.
And it made us all a little bit happier.
I know.
Empathy is Kevin's superpower.
Okay.
I am ready for my daily blowjob.
Oh.
Fernando for servicing.
I'm losing
Grab one of
track.
those beers.
We're spinning out of control. All right, Justin, I'm going to ask you Mike's question because he died of syphilis. His question was when, and his question was, when did Honeybooboo die?
Ooh,
Is Honeybooboo
Honeybooboo.
I
Yeah,
haven't heard of her in a while now.
She's dead.
I assume.
What?
From the show?
I don't know.
I don't.
Was that the
Yeah.
large?
You can say
ant
fat.
lady?
Yeah.
Just
You
fat
can
as
say
fuck.
fat.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it was 2007.
2007?
What do you guys think?
I
died?
think
I
she's
didn't know
alive.
she died.
I don't know if she's dead.
Hey,
I,
Siri.
I assume she's dead because we haven't heard from her in a
When
while.
did Honeybooboo die?
What's Siri say?
Well, the mom got her own show.
I found this on the web for when did Honeybooboo die. Check it out.
What's it say, Raj? As Fernando
Dead
crawls
air.
across the floor back. To
Yeah.
Dead air.
Oh, I found it. I googled
Yeah.
her.
Is she dead?
No.
Ah.
She's still alive. What a trick question.
See?
Yeah.
Oh,
Now we're
see.
talking. Ugh.
How old is she?
17.
I'll ask a question. How old is
17.
she?
17?
She's 17
Oh,
now?
I was
Oh,
thinking
that's
about
not
her
the chick
mom.
I was thinking.
What do you
of.
think she
Her
weighs?
mom.
The mom got her own show because she lost all that weight.
Oh.
And then her and the boyfriend kept getting arrested or something like that. I mean, useless
Oh,
trivia
see,
that I've seen, but
Nice.
So
Well, helps
her,
me.
okay. So she's not Honeybooboo, her daughter
That's
is.
the daughter.
Yeah, the daughter's Honeybooboo.
350.
Gross.
1.1 million followers.
Man,
Wow.
how do we get them on the show?
Yeah, that's what I want.
All right. Well, let's just go to the where.
She lost a lot of
Yeah.
weight.
The mom did.
I guess the mom
Mom
did.
Oh,
Child's so
Mom did.
fat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kid's
Yeah.
still fat.
I just remember the show coming out, and I saw like 10 minutes of one, and I'm like, how
Mom
is
gets
this
the
on
fat.
television?
oh,
Yeah.
that's not a good-looking couple. There.
And then I got it.
That's just like mother, like daughter.
Okay.
Sorry, honey. But
She grew
Apple
into it.
is the tree.
Apple
Yeah.
is the tree. Yeah.
yes.
The next question is the where question, which RMFJ will tackle for us after Red Dog answers it. Where does weightlessness begin?
Ooh.
Can you measure it?
Well, yeah, I think you can measure it.
Is it a place? Is it a distance? Is it?
I think it's I think it's going to be a distance, and I'm going to actually probably go along that 62-mile mark that we talked about before.
Well, that's what I
think it
asked
might
before. I was wondering if that was. You guys said, nah, I don't know.
Kieran's, whatever
The
it is.
Kieran's line?
That thing.
At least we all learned something from the first episode.
Right?
Yeah.
Boom.
Right?
Yeah, our
Is that
retention was impressive.
educational?
5 points for everybody.
Yes. And that is the correct answer.
That's it?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
shit.
accurate?
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know because I asked that when you mentioned it
Yeah.
before on that episode,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Well, is that where weightlessness begins?" And I never got an answer. So I guess that's where it begins.
Yes. Or after that third Reese's and you just don't give a shit.
Right.
Or, after
Or you eat a bunch of
After that
mushrooms.
second hit, that's, depending
you-
on what kind of weightlessness
Nice.
you're
in
looking
your
for.
in your bedroom when you're dreaming and you're flying.
Yes.
That's where
Yeah. So on Earth, you can become weightless by,
floating in the water.
yeah.
You still gotta wait though.
And they
plane.
have I forget what
The
they call
vomit
it.
comet.
The vomit
Yeah,
comet.
yeah. Something like that. And,
That would be fun to do.
yeah. That's the only way to get away from gravity when you're on the Earth.
That would be fun.
We're gonna eventually do a show in the vomit comet.
In the vomit comment?
Yeah, do our podcast and it'll just keep going up and down, and
They
then at
put,
some point we'll just be all fucking weightless.
You know they put Stephen Hawking in that thing.
Really?
In the vomit comment.
How do you like it? Could he tell? Like, I guess. his
Wait,
head-
they
I think he... no, seriously.
Really?
They took him out of his chair
Oh boy.
and put
I
him...
am
boy.
shitting in
I
my
am
pants.
excited.
I'm bounced off the wall.
Yeah. I mean, he's not going to get more fucking... You know.
Can
I
you
don't know
change
what to
my pants?
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
everybody.
they put Stephen
I
Hawking
know.
in that thing.
He had a good sense of humor, I think, in real
Yeah.
life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
You'd have to.
His graduate assistants were the ones that took care of him.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Really?
So how shitty of a job that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
Wow.
You want your PhD? You're gonna have to wipe his ass.
Yeah.
Change his diapers.
Exactly.
Damn, dude.
Man.
But hey,
Poop.
On the how question, we
Yeah, what are you
have
gonna
OGC. Answered how.
How?
Justin,
How?
are you ready for Brad's question? Yes. How can you accomplish remote viewing? Does Red Dog know what remote viewing is?
It might be something people don't really know about.
I didn't know what it was.
We're going to find out.
Yeah.
You can accomplish remote viewing by remotely
Watching.
view
Great.
From afar,
Thank
you look
you.
at something
Yes.
from afar. Okay.
like this.
You are now remote viewing that piece of puzzle?
Yeah.
I think we are remote viewing.
We're remote viewing
Yeah.
Justin's puzzle.
Or
Oh.
True.
viewing.
Technically.
I'd like to know what the expert has to say. Brad, how do you, do remote
So
viewing?
what if I told you you had the ability to go deep into your mind beyond your 5 senses?
Okay.
Ooh.
So remote viewing is essentially being able
Without
to...
drugs
Well, I mean,
or with?
Sure. There's things that
Without?
I need, but there's ways of doing it without it.
Naturally? Okay.
So essentially, remote viewing is to be able to witness something with your mind's eye, like a place or an event, and like object, people, or locations. There was actually a substantial amount of money put into a government-funded program called Stargate, and it essentially, I think it was wanting to be harnessed for spying purposes.
Yeah, like where are they keeping their missiles, blah,
but
blah, blah. Yeah.
I guess modern day people would use it for
My pants.
maybe crime fighting or be able to invest money in the stock market.
Like Cartman when he fell off the roof and it was like, no, 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 no.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. I mean, I think there are some people with just an innate ability to maybe do this. So essentially, you're tapping into your quantum mind. And that can be defined in many different ways of like the intelligent consciousness unified field, God, whatever you want to define it. There's like an underlying intelligence that is beyond us, and that's what you're tapping into. So a lot of times you can be put into the way the government described in their project. I didn't read all 178 pages of it. It's pretty technical, but essentially your mind as it exists now, it's noise, right? And if you can get past the noise, past your physical mind, there's underlying level of data there. And so first part is you have to be very advanced at meditation.
Okay.
If you can kind of master this practice of meditation, there is data within the collective unconscious that you can grab. Time's not real, so you can move into the past and view a time period.
Wow.
And you know what I mean?
As it happened.
Right, as it happened, and bring back the data. And so first would be, quiet your mind, advanced meditation practice. And so your mind is trying to receive the unbiased interpretation of information. Us as human beings, we have 70,000 thoughts a day, and we're all we're believing some of the things that come through. That's not actually,
not everything.
That's biased.
Right.
So unbiased would be
we see a small little window
right.
of color. We hear a small little window of sound.
Unconsciously.
Sure.
And so in the program, they call it targeting and grabbing in like windows and channels. There's different ways of doing this. Would be between two people. So one person is at the location and they're the window.
Oh.
And while the other person was nowhere near it,
can see like through that
they
person.
would be the channel.
Oh,
and
wow.
so they would focus their mind, get into the collective unconscious, and tap that person and be able to see everything that they're seeing. And that's essentially remote viewing.
Wow. Did you come up with any examples of where like, holy cow, this may have worked? Somebody may have actually pulled this off.
So the program has
they document stories
times that it did, but it was hit or miss. And so they couldn't say conclusively, yes, this works. But there are certain people where they could kind of trust some of the data that they were pulling.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's all unclassified. You can read it. I mean, they
took this seriously
They took
enough
it seriously
to spend
enough.
billions
I've
or
seen
millions
that
or
movie.
whatever.
Yeah.
It's the men who stare at goats.
Oh, is that?
that's
no,
a
I was thinking
So
of
that's-
Dreamscape.
That's a book
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
I've
wrote.
seen Dreamscape.
Yeah.
And then Inception, Leonardo.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
To a
dream
certain
one.
degree.
Yeah.
Even Stranger Things, the little girl.
That's a
she's
great example
She's
of it.
essentially doing that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, cool stuff.
Would you even be surprised though at this point?
I'll ask questions. Would you be surprised at this point?
If they prove that to be 100% true?
At this point, no.
Like, did you guys see the thing with the aliens where they're like, we found aliens,
Yes.
and they showed the bodies? And
They
the
MRI'd
corpses?
it
Yes.
somewhere in Mexico.
Like, I don't even think I would care at this point.
I was thinking the same
Like,
thing. I was like,
The plan's working.
The
I don't
plan
care
is
if it's
working.
fake. I don't care if it's real. I feel the same exact way about
I'm
it.
so desensitized
Right.
that if they 100% prove that aliens were real and were
Yeah.
on Earth, I'd just be like, of course.
Yeah.
Great.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah. Duh.
Like, yeah. We're just so burnt out by like the 24-hour news cycle and everything else that's going on.
And
that I just don't even.
The complete bombardment of like
Yeah.
all the stimuli that you're not
Sure.
normally
quiet your mind and receive the underlying
remote
data.
views
Right.
and shit.
Remote view. You know?
So look into meditating from Brad OGC.
yeah,
Okay.
Love that.
it's good for you.
Expert advice.
Nice.
That brings us to the dream round, I believe. Everybody.
I believe it's your beef.
What's
We're
your
not doing
beef?
dreams. We're doing
Yeah.
beef.
Yeah,
What's
no
my
more
beef?
dreams.
Beefs.
Because I've got some beefs.
You got
That's
some
good.
beefs?
I like the. I think I'm
Yeah.
liking the
Got some
beef
beef,
round better
yeah.
than the dream round. The dream round was
for sure.
definitely interesting,
Yeah,
but
it's cool.
I'm liking
Yeah.
beef.
It's
My
fun.
beef.
It's fun to get angry.
Yeah.
Right, motherfucker.
That's right.
You motherfucker.
My beef is like when we like plan a show and we're gonna do it on Saturday at noon, say, and somebody at 8:30 in the morning says, "You know what? I died.
I know.
I can't make it." That's my fucking beef.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I don't mind.
Harboring
Barnsey
resentment.
Bear, we like Barnsey.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Barnsey's cool.
What's going on, Barnsey? You all right, man?
What's your beef, Bear?
What's your beef, Bear?
I have no beef.
Yes.
You're my beef.
Barnsey is in a deep meditative state. He's viewing beyond the grave what Mike
Yeah.
is actually doing
Well,
right
and-
now.
There we go.
He's hanging out with, Al
What-
Capone,
what's his name?
playing dice. Barnsey Bear?
Barnsey and
That's Sock Shoe. That bear is Sock
Sock Shoe?
Yeah.
Ah,
The
Barnsey
bears-
and Sock Shoe.
I wonder if they're remote viewing.
They are.
Pardon me.
What?
She wants to meet the bear.
Sakshu wants to be in Barnsley? All right, maybe someday they can meet.
Maybe one day.
Stupid animal.
We got to get into the beef section. What's your beef?
panda.
What's my beef?
Yeah.
Pandas are dumb as
Really,
fuck.
my beef for this week is like you go to the grocery store, and I don't mind that there's special people that bag groceries. I think it's great they have jobs and everything. I really do.
I think Bryce has a problem with some of
Yeah.
these special people.
You don't
But
like retards.
I
do
like
you?
them. I do. I really
British
do. I
gold
really
medal
like them.
winners.
I can like. There's the guy Derek that works at Winn-Dixie.
Everybody knows Derek.
I
He's a
love
great
Derek.
guy.
He's a
Hard
great
work,
dude.
yeah.
I give him high fives
Works
all the
hard,
time.
yeah.
He's a good dude. But you know,
He's on that line. He's on that. He's right there at Justin level special.
yeah,
though.
he's a Gump. He's like the Forrest Gump. You're right on this borderline. Just kidding. Dude.
I'm messing with you, bro.
But anyways, it's like I got 10 items or something.
Right.
And he's like, "You want paper or plastic?" I'm like, "Plastic's all right, man." And he's like, "Okay." And he's like, "One thing, one bag. One thing,
I
one
hate
bag.
that.
Yeah.
You want this in a bag?" I'm like, "Yeah, you can put that in a bag." And I got 100 fucking bags for like 10 items. And I'm like, God damn, you can't say anything. I can't be, at some point I was like, "It's all right, man. I'll just take this. Yeah, you don't got to put this in a bag. That's fine." And I'm just throwing shit in my cart at this point because I'm there for like 10 minutes watching this guy coconut. Like, that's your beef.
That's your.
That
beef?
was my beef.
All right.
Like it doesn't have to be a special person doing it. There's regular people that do it too.
Agreed.
And I don't like
Yeah.
it still.
I don't separate.
Don't
I
bring
you don't
the
have to put
special
the meat
into it.
and
It's
the
got nothing to do
laundry
with
and
it. Yes.
Pack as much shit in one bag as you can get.
Thank you.
I don't care where. I don't care if it's a cell phone and a hot dog.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, I was a bad citizen. I'm trying to hurt the earth. I forgot my reusable bag in the car, so it's my fault.
You use reusable bags?
I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Care about the planet.
I don't dislike retarded people. They're just inconvenient.
Oh, okay. Let's.
Wow.
I'm just.
Ricky, what's your beef?
It's not retarded people.
No, this is love. It's passion.
Oh,
It really had nothing to do with the guy being special. I didn't
No,
care.
no.
It had to do with the one thing per, and normal people do it
But
all the
Derek
time.
was actually bagging?
No, this was at Publix.
okay.
This is a different
okay, yeah.
special.
Didn't you also have a run-in with the guy at
Yes.
Jersey Mike's.
Yes.
Jersey Mike's?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And you didn't know how to use the tap to
I
pay?
was more special than the special
Can you
guy.
tell
This
that
guy was
story?
more special?
Yeah, so
That
my
was
Jersey
great.
Mike's, never been in Jersey Mike's. I never used the tap function on my credit card. So it's the way they had the thing set up. Like normally they have your thing with the card and you put it in and it's facing like this and you slide it in. This thing was faced like this. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do the tap thing. So I take out my credit card. I'm like, nothing happens. I'm like, damn it. What the fuck? Nothing happens. Well, meanwhile, Mike he's running around. Everybody's yelling orders at poor Mike. "No, Mike, you got to
Jersey
do
Mike?
this. Mike, put this over here. No, Mike." Oh, and he's getting mad already. And I'm like, man, I feel bad for this guy. He's trying hard, And so I can't figure out how to do this thing. I've never tapped before. And he's just like, and he put it in the machine for me. He was all pissed off, like, "You idiot, do it this way." And I'm like, I'm never going to the Jersey
I bet he
Mike's
goes
again.
home and tells his family that. He's like, "There's this guy at work today.
He didn't know how to
So
tap.
stupid.
He couldn't put the credit card in the machine, so I got to tell him how to do it."
That's what happened.
And you're like, "Good job, buddy."
I was like, "Thanks, Mike."
Thanks,
He's like, "You're
Mike.
welcome." All right, Ricky, what's your beef?
People who stand up right when the plane lands.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
where are you going?
Yeah.
We haven't even
That's a good
taxied
beef.
back to the terminal yet, and you're standing up. You can't even get to your bag yet. Like,
You're almost like, I hope we hit a pothole and this guy knocks his head against something.
Yes.
And
do you ever
falls
do
over.
that? You ever just fantasize about people
Oh,
getting
yeah.
just
Every day of
yeah.
my
like,
life.
what would happen if you just fell into traffic right now?
Yeah.
But yeah, people who stand up on planes.
Yeah.
Because it's like, now you're standing right next to me and you're in the way. So now I'm kind of like cowering over here to get away from you.
Their junk's just in your face.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah,
man.
we're all going
There's a
to the
person
same
here?
place. You're not more important than anybody else on the plane.
Same thing goes for getting on the plane. Everybody like start just kind of meanders around, and then they're like, okay, section 1, and then more people are starting to meander around,
Right.
and then everybody's crowding. There's no line, there's no rhyme, there's no reason. Everybody's just, and then it's like everybody's like zombies trying to get
Yeah.
in. And I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, the plane's not going anywhere without us on it. We're all going to get on it. I understand you might have to check your bag and not put it in the overhead thing,
just-
but you got your seat. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
chill a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just a universal like heightened stress while traveling,
I
and
guess.
everybody is on that same level of edge.
Yes.
And so
Planes
they just
are
want to
already
sit
tough
down
enough.
and be comfortable
Yeah.
and be like, all right,
And
we're
things
on our
are
way.
things are so close to boiling over. I think that
Oh, right.
like why like we're going
This
through
is
all
the
this
wa-
security and stuff. Like this isn't the least of our problems. Some asshole's gonna get a drink without ice in it,
Right.
and we're all gonna pay.
Yep.
You know,
Those are mine.
or this guy's gonna think he's a lizard person and he has to shapeshift before he whatever.
So here's a tip.
Weird stuff.
Always board last.
Last.
If you're in the A group or whatever, it doesn't matter.
I-
Wait until they're fixing to close the gate,
Yeah.
and then you board.
Yep.
And then you try to get off the plane first. That's tough to do.
Yeah.
Tough to do.
How about this? Pay more money, be first class.
Oh.
Stop being poor.
Yeah, why are you so poor?
Yeah.
You get to travel
Yeah,
better.
but a lot of flights don't have first class.
Some,
Yeah.
some don't.
Yeah.
So I got I got one of those travel credit cards
Yeah.
now. So there's like
Yeah.
incentives and stuff, and one of the things on it is called like Mosaic, and it's like their version of first class. Like you get on first, and you get like
Okay.
a slightly bigger seat with slightly
Yeah.
more room.
I went on last and
Nicer
off first.
colas. You don't
Yeah.
have to drink Czech cola.
So
you can
now when I
drink
get on the
cola,
plane, I'm
Coke.
like, look at you fucking losers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it.
Where's
Yeah.
my champagne?
Uh huh. Mosaic look.
Kevin, what's your beef?
People with mosaic cards.
Barnsey, what's your
No.
beef?
Damn
No.
it.
No. I've got one that it's not considered a law, and it should be, but it's called stolen valor. So it kind of goes back.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
That's,
yeah.
that's
It's
a
not a
serious
law. It's
beef.
not against the law. I mean, you can get in trouble. You get a ticket for
You get a fine or
parking.
something, or-
Nothing. Nothing. And you
Really?
would think with
Why
as
is it a-
much people in Congress that are
Veterans.
military members that they would. It keeps coming up and it keeps getting shot down for some reason. So, yeah, it's.
Why have it call a thing? Like it's like we're not punishing people, so it's just
Well, there's interestingly enough, I stumbled across this guy on YouTube. His name's Don Shipley. He's a former Navy SEAL in Vietnam. Who, if anybody can do this, can get a hold of him somehow. Somebody claims to be a SEAL at work and they're always running their mouth. You'll call him, and on air, he will call that
No
guy
shit.
and call him out.
say his name again.
Don Shipley.
Don Shipley, everybody.
Yeah.
Somebody stealing valor. Call
He's
Don
got
Shipley.
the database for everybody that went to the SEAL training.
Okay.
And because that's one of the things you never forget, because a lot of people call people out and say, hey, what was your boot camp company? I mean, I still remember my boot camp company. I remember my company commander. And it's just one of the things you never forget. So he'll be like, what was your SEAL training? Or what was your BUDS class?
Yeah.
And a lot of these guys will say company 134 because Discovery.
They've already
Followed-
figured out a way to
Well,
figure out.
Discovery followed a SEAL class, a BUDS class. And it was really interesting. It was
And that's
really
the only
kinda
one
cool.
anybody
That's the
knows
only one
now,
anybody
so-
knows. You know, and they're sequential too. So if you say, "Oh, my class was like 82," it'd be like,
Yeah.
dude, that means you're 104 years old or some shit like
Yeah.
that." You know. So yeah, that stolen valor is my thing. I mean,
Have
it
you
really
seen
bothers me.
can you give us an example of you seeing stolen valor or witnessing it? Or
Not personally, but I've seen it
just like on the YouTube or whatever.
the internet,
Yeah.
and I've seen things like that. But I know that you can walk into any Army Navy surplus store, buy a uniform, and go into Bono's of all places. They will not accept my military ID anymore if I want to get a discount, which I usually don't throw that out there. But
You throw out your bypass card.
yeah. But
Weightless.
they'll only accept people that are in uniform, like cops.
I
and,
gotcha.
and firefighters and stuff like that. They used to take it, but they don't take it anymore. But,
Ah.
but yeah, I haven't seen it personally. I've
That's a
just
good beef.
Heard a lot of it. But
Yeah.
Why is it not illegal? So,
Should be.
It should be.
You know what's even worse than that? Army wives.
Yes.
That
Military
they have,
wives?
That's a-
they
that's a
haven't
beef.
done shit, you know. But
Yeah.
they're like, my husband,
You know-
is blah 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 blah, and it's like, shut your,
They
They got a
Probably-
free vacation for a while,
Yeah.
and when he wasn't around. No.
shut up, lady.
to
Probably slept
piggyback
with
on
other
that,
dudes while he was away.
the girl that I
Right.
used to,
Yeah,
her husband died in the military. He died on active duty, but he wasn't he was killed during a drunk driving incident. So if you die on active
shit.
duty, your spouse automatically gets like 8 years of benefits. The military just gives you 8 years. But we used to go to places together a lot. She'd be like, "Oh, here's my veteran's card." And I'm like, "You were not a veteran.
Oh.
Did you go to boot camp? Where did you serve?"
damn, dude.
And it would piss me off. So maybe that's a
Yeah,
little bit of stuff. But she would tell people she's a veteran. I'm like, "You're not.
No, you're
You're
not.
not a vet. Just because you've got a spousal ID card does
did
not
nothing,
mean
yeah.
you went through boot camp."
Did you guys make it through boot camp?
So,
No. You know, I could make it through.
think so?
I think
Yeah.
I could.
When I was younger.
Yeah.
I think
I'm kind of out of shape right now, but I could work up to it.
It's Navy boot camp's a little bit embarrassing, to be honest with you.
Embarrassing?
Yeah,
it?
it's not
What,
like the Marine Corps
compared to
and the
Marine?
Army.
Like you got to
those
peel
guys,
1,000 potatoes.
No, we didn't do that in the Navy, but the cooks did that. But those guys they're supposed to be riflemen, so they go out, learn how to camp, stand like a tree, disappear into the woods, things like that. Navy, no, our wars are shot with a button.
Yeah.
So my calisthenics were like nothing. I had to pass one
You had to
test.
do this
2
a lot?
tests,
That's
and-
very honest of you. I
Had
feel
to
like
move-
that's
had
like
to
a
move the mall back and
polarizing
forth.
Yeah,
topic.
I mean,
Navy versus Army.
yeah,
Yeah.
But
not
yeah,
much,
I
but-
feel like.
well, I mean, we all have our positions, we all have our jobs and things like that. I can't say that I didn't go through it, but I just couldn't understand people that failed out of it. I'm like, dude, just shut up and do what they tell you to do. That's the easiest thing in the world. Just go where they tell you to.
Don't think.
You don't have to
Do.
think.
Do.
They do it for
Nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Even to wake up and go to bed, they tell you when.
Roger, what's your beef? What makes you
My beef-
motherfucker 10?
Things that aren't things.
Okay. Elaborate.
I had to do a CPR class the other day, and I don't know if I should really tell on this guy, but
Yeah.
you don't have to name any names.
Yeah, you should.
So the instructor who's teaching it used to be a St. Johns County fire rescue
I know
guy
exactly
or
who
whatever.
it is already.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And so he's talking about how fentanyl is so dangerous, and that these people are renting out Airbnbs and having fentanyl parties.
Where's this?
Exactly. That's the first part of that's not a thing.
I feel like I would know.
The second part is the next day when the fentanyl party moves out, some young children rented that Airbnb and touched the area where the fentanyl was, killed the kid.
What?
Come on. That's not a thing.
What's it, acid or something?
What?
Like they
That's
melted?
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And you've all heard how this dangerous, if you even touch it. Dude, we touch fentanyl every day.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't.
I did this
don't.
morning. It's great. No, I'm just kidding.
He was just like really trying to hammer the point home.
So I got an
How-
example
No,
of
no.
a thing not being a thing. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm cutting
That's
you off.
okay. I had to get a refrigerator recently. My garage refrigerator broke, had to take it to the curb. The neighbor comes out, aren't you going to take those doors off?
Why?
Well,
the fridge?
the children and the animals can get trapped in
Are you
there, and
kidding
they
me?
can't get. That's
Oh
not
my
a
God.
thing.
Yeah.
This isn't the
That's
50s.
not a
lady.
thing.
It's not a thing.
Only
Yeah.
the dumb ones.
They don't
Yeah.
latch anymore.
No.
Idiots.
No,
It's not
exactly.
like a-
It's not a thing.
Yeah.
There's no hinge.
All right. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Halloween.
let's go. Let's go.
Putting razor blades in Halloween candy.
Yes.
not a thing,
Or
yes.
giving out meth.
That is
in
not
your
a thing.
Halloween. It's not
Who's
a thing.
giving away drugs to
Who's-
kids?
Nobody.
That was mine. That was my
Exactly. For
example.
free?
When I was a kid,
Why didn't I get one
don't
of
ta-
those?
yeah. Where's this guy?
Yeah. Putting needles in a Hershey bar.
Yeah,
Come on.
nobody does that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who does?
Let's go.
A toaster in a bathtub. Not a thing.
Really?
No,
You
it's
can't
not
kill
a
yourself
thing.
with a
No,
toaster in a
shit,
bathtub.
no.
Did you try?
No, but
I know from
Who has a
experience.
toaster
I
in the
tried
bathtub?
it.
I've had a hairdryer underwater and it still worked.
Okay.
That was weird.
Yeah.
And then like death from a black widow spider, not a thing.
Oh.
You cannot. I mean, you could get an infection, I guess, but acutely dying from a spider bite, not gonna happen.
Really?
Not right
You're
away.
Not a
saying
thing.
That alleviates
here
a lot of
now
my fears,
that there's
really.
not been one
Yeah, he did.
death as a result of a spider bite.
Not acutely. Not within hours. No way.
Yeah, you have time to.
You mean like you had
No, so,
necrosis?
yeah,
and
you got gangrene. Yeah,
infected
yeah,
and
exactly.
septic and died.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
that was good.
Those are
job,
those are just
RMFJ.
some of my beefs.
Those are good.
I like those.
My
thing
my
that's
beef
not a
right
thing.
now is I can't keep my tongue out of this crown.
Yeah.
It's really
That's irritating.
yeah.
Man. Brad, what's your beef?
My beefs. So when like you're telling a story, right, and you may throw out a random statistic, and there's the guy waiting to Google it,
Oh, come on.
a fucking live
That'd be
fact
me.
checker.
Like RMFJ?
That'd be me.
That's my beef. Let me tell my story,
Yeah.
and before you just cut me off and be like, no, actually that's wrong.
It was
Or
1.3.
that's a Bauer beef.
That's
right
a Bauer
there. That's
thing.
a
Yeah,
Bauer
that was.
beef.
He's
yeah.
not here, so yeah.
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 Actually, the speed of smell is 1.3.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's sitting here just like,
We said 1.4.
yeah, actually.
Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, more ripping on Mike. We just let that fucking go. We didn't rip on him hardly at all.
No, that's okay.
He's dead of syphilis somewhere.
He'll get his turn.
Red Dog, what's your
back.
beef?
My beef are these, you know, those little orange flags. We got like it looks like a scuba diving flag,
Okay.
orange, and
Yeah.
it has a white strip through it. And I believe they're on old A1A St. Augie.
Oh,
Yeah,
like to cross
still-
the
Yeah,
street.
they're still there.
Yeah, yeah.
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 Grab one of them.
Yeah.
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 fly the fucking shit out of it, and a son of a bitch still fucking blows by you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's disrespect.
That's
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough. Did you have that happen to you before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Pedestrians have the right of way, bud.
Yeah. Don't know what to tell you.
More traffic beef.
Kevin and Roger, you've met my brother, right?
Yeah.
Fernando, you met Justin, haven't you?
I've had the pleasure, yes.
Yeah, okay. You guys, Ricky and Brad,
no.
you should.
When you coming in town?
Yeah,
man?
when you coming?
Would you guys like to meet my brother sometime?
of course.
Love
He
to.
needs to come in.
Check this out. I'm gonna abracadabra. Justin, come here.
Comes through the camera.
I was gonna say it looks different because that mattress is up against the door,
Get out
Yeah.
of here.
Yeah.
and we are having the party.
Is he coming in here? Real
Yeah.
quick?
So. There's Red Dog in the flesh in studio, ladies and gentlemen. He already knows I'm here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Ken does.
Oh my god. He didn't even like. Nope.
I literally never even.
That was great, man. So we're gonna go ahead and
Why does he just go take Mike's seat?
yeah, go sit over there. Let's hang out with Justin for a little while. The show's over. We're closing the show.
So did you bring the puzzle?
I'll ask questions. It's not quite close.
Oh my
Did you bring the
gosh.
puzzle?
Yeah.
Justin
hilarious.
taped. He had the border finish from the first episode
Yeah.
of season 2, and he's taped it to the table as he traveled here. And so, and it looks like he's doing pretty well actually. You got more sections done.
I got the pumpkin.
He may finish this before. So Red Dog is going to be a St. Augustine resident once again
Are you?
in the near future. So he'll be living here.
Direct, yes.
And he may be getting a job close by, and he told the place that, hey, I do a podcast and I'm not available
Smart.
Saturdays. So
At a
they're going to
restaurant?
let him
Okay.
leave work and do the podcast and then go back to work.
Right,
work.
Like take a
time, I was like, it's right down the road.
So I'm thinking we're gonna put a GoPro on his head, and he's gonna be like, "Watch IATQ, watch IATQ." Watch it.
That'd be great.
We're in the grocery. Here's another story. All right, hey, Fernando. Hey!
Look at him.
So
I like his Justin face is great.
Colombian dog.
That's so good. Dude, you just blew my mind.
That's
not-
good.
Dude, I was not
I was
ready.
not
for that.
ready for that.
So we're in the grocery store yesterday, and this is where the story came from of him, the guy being pissed at the thing. But we're like looking around, and it's like sample day, and there's these little old ladies. Would you like to try this piece of cheese? And we're like, yeah, all right, whatever. And Justin's like, hey, you should check out our podcast. We got a podcast. I'll eat the cheese if you try out the podcast. And so he's like, it's called I'll ask the questions. And the whole time I'm thinking in my head, he's asking this sweet little old lady to watch a podcast based on dick and fart jokes.
Yeah.
And she's gonna turn it on like, and that's my penis. Like,
She might love it.
She might.
Yeah,
you never know.
Yeah.
It might be her thing.
Give it a try.
might be
Should
the
get the rest of the old folks.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's episode
Oh my
8.
God.
There's a great episode. Mike fucking missed out because
That
he's dead
couldn't
of
have been any
syphilis.
better.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
But thanks to our esteemed
Epic.
panel of experts, our special guest, our crew, Seb, our producer, Fernando, and keep watching. Good whenever, wherever you are. Bryce is out.